But first, there are more and more British children calling charities with anxiety issues than last year. In fact, the NSPCC says that the number of calls about anxiety has almost trebled. It reveals that between 2014 and 15, over 8,500 calls were made to its Childline service by young people suffering with the condition. That is a 183% rise. There was also a 9% increase in the number of children troubled with self-esteem. And more than 100 calls a week were from victims of abuse, whose mental health and well-being were suffering. Well, I'm joined now by Claire Boyd, who's a head teacher at Sydenham High School, and Alan Wardle from the Childline service. Shocking numbers. What do you think prompted them?
Well, this is part of a trend we've seen for a long time where children and young people are contacting Childline with mental health problems, feeling low self-esteem right through to self-harming and suicidal. I think it's part of the pressure that young people are feeling to live their lives in the 21st century. So the pressures of social media, exam stress, almost the sense that they can't fail, they have to be perfect. And I think that's placing a lot.
I mean, the other thing which is extraordinary, you're ahead, is that these are children who are, I mean, I'll get my knuckles wrapped for it, but mainstream kids as well. They're in ordinary good schools. They've got mum and dad and what have you, and yet still they're suffering. What are the signs that you and your team look out for?
Absolutely. Well, we have a very proactive approach at Sydenham High. We really want to make sure that we know our children inside out, that we know everything about our girls so that we can identify as early as possible any changes in their demeanour. It might be that something is causing them anxiety and you might notice that they want to speak about things in greater detail that they might not have been so keen to do before, or taking an opposite end of the spectrum, perhaps retracting. So we use our knowledge working with parents and all the members of the staff in the school so we can intervene early.
Sure. Intervene early is crucial as well, because your service is an emergency right here, right now issue. But if it's not resolved, then we are looking at long-term self-harm issues, mental health care issues, care issues.
Exactly, and that's why we need to try and stop these problems early. And too often, any services that are available only happen when there's a crisis point. So we do need to get more services like Clear School. Exactly, we need to be talking about this more in school, and the Department of Education need to make sure that these lessons are compulsory and that they are done to a high standard. But also, mental health services need to speak to young people earlier and hear what's happening to them.
My children are now a bit older, and I can remember my daughter was at boarding school, bulimia and things like that. The school kept a very close eye upon. Social media has revolutionised all of this. What do you do about that?
Well, at Sydenham High, we have, as part of being the Girls' Day School Trust, a strong network which looks at student development. And in our school, we've created a bespoke programme entitled Flourish and Fly, which starts educating our girls from an early age to be able to spot the different signs of challenge, to give them a forum, and I think that's something that's come out in the report today, a forum to talk safely and openly about concerns they have. Yeah. We need to help them navigate the way through the challenges they'll see beyond the school gates.
Strong work, important work. Claire and Alan, thank you both very much indeed. Thank you.